Today we're going to be changing our tyre setup. The rear tyre here, the tread is starting to become very worn, as you can see here. My bike wheels is a mullet setup, meaning it's a 27.5 inch on the rear, and on the front I have a 29-inch tyre. What I have here is the Minion DHF. It's a 27.5 by 2.6 inch wheel, and we're going to be putting on pretty much identical. I got these for cheap at some place, and it's just time to put on the new tyre. This has probably lasted me a good 15 months, to be honest, of pretty solid riding, and now it's just time to replace it with this. Something else that I'm going to be doing though is adding on these Tannus Armour Tubeless inserts. We've got one 27.5 for my rear tyre and 29 for my front. These are, it says, lightweight tubeless inserts, shock absorbing material, sidewall stabilizing wings. If you get a serious enough puncture, you ain't riding. Simple as that. The idea with these is you can still at least ride to your car, or get out of that situation. So that's the idea. Apparently you can put sealant in here as well. It can be a tubeless setup. That's the idea. Armour Tubeless. Never put this in before. It's meant to add a tiny little bit more weight to your riding setup, but if it can get you out of a sticky situation where your tubeless setup does actually fail, well, this can get you back to your car. And I can remove this valve by using something like this. This is quite a handy tool. Once that's removed, then you just got to start breaking the seal on here. And then we'll slowly get this tyre off. Alright, geez, that's totally out of sealant. Anyway, we're going to put a new tyre on. Now what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to clean this up, and we're going to put in some new tape here all around. Now after peeling off the tape, there's all this gunk here, leftover sealant and just adhesive. Easiest way to get rid of that is just using methylated spirits. It basically just dissolves all that gunk. Check it out. See over here. There it goes. Alright, that's all the adhesive gone. Let's just use a bit of ISO, ISO alcohol. It just removes all possible contaminants off the surface before putting on some tape. You want to give the tape the best chance it has to adhering nicely to the rim. ISO alcohol is brilliant stuff for that. It just really prepares the surface. Now for my tape, I don't buy any specific rim tape for this. I just use a bit of good quality gaffer tape. And this one's Norton's. It's just black in color, multi-purpose, best value for money. And this is pretty much just how it goes. You work your way around and just really stick it down inside that rim. This is the beauty of gaffer tape or cloth-based tape, in that when you start to tear it, it tears right along that fabric, and it goes nice and straight. And with any parts which is hanging over, like might be hanging there, what I do, I just get a flathead and I just start flattening the corner like so, and then I'm going to use a knife to go in there and just give it a nice cut, and that's the taping done. There we go. Just get that sliver off. There we go. And I'm very happy with that job. So the idea is that all of the spoke holes, they're all covered up. When the sealant comes here, the sealant's just going to stay all within this section, and it won't leak or seep through the spoke sections there. Okay, next we're going to start looking at our tubeless Armour insert and also our new tyre. Oh, that new tyre feeling. Oh yeah. And when you're installing a new tyre, don't forget to have a look on the side wall. There's usually the direction that it rotates here. So you'll see an arrow here and it says rotation. So make sure when you're installing this tread on that it goes the way that your bike is going to go forward. It'll just make your ride a whole lot more pleasing, and it's how the tyre was designed to be ridden. Now at the same time, I'll open up this one. This is for my rear tyre, so it's a 27.5 inch. And notice the width that it'll fit. This is what this product looks like. I don't know what else it comes with. Let's see. Oh, yay. That's it. So this is it. Oh. Interesting, eh? Yep. Yeah, there are instructions in English. And let's not forget to put a little air valve insert in here as well. So we just have to find where our notch is. I'll just make a little penetration like that. Plonk this in. Like so. I'll get this little nut and put it around. And when you tighten that nut up there, it's compressing the rubber here against the inside of that rim, forming a seal. Just get it nice and tight and then you'll be good to go later. And if you've got something like this, you can even use this to sort of just to tighten it up. And that's pressing it in just like a nice rubber washer. Now the instructions say that I have to put in one side of the tyre first and get one bead going. So I'll first install that, and then you leave one side off and you begin fitting in the Tannus Armour insert. Get this first bead on. There we go. Our next task is to put in the insert now. Now you notice that it's got some holes here on the upper side. On the inside, it's got these notches. So when it folds over, I have to ensure that one of these notches, and there's a couple around the place, like here's another one. When it goes like this will be sitting over the valve insert. There's my valve insert right there. So that this notch on the inside will just give it some space, that way it's not being covered up. And I take it that these outer holes here allow the sealant to sort of flow around the wheel. I gather that's the design of it. So there's my valve, and this is where I want to try to make sure it marries up nice and neatly. Alright, I won't lie, it's pretty tricky just getting the first line. I think I've got it. First line of this Armour insert in, just getting that bead over. Yeah, it just took me a little while to get it, but I think it's in now. Just got to get the second bead in behind that rim. Alright, so I'm trying to push in this second side, and not going to lie, this is pretty tough. So you can see, this is what it looks like. This is when it's inserted a bit. We're trying to get it squeezed in around so that it's right up against the top of the rim. Now that's much easier said than done. And I'm just trying to work my way around slowly, pushing it in. It does have a tendency to want to pull out, but I'm just doing the best that I can. All right, there we go. All right, so that's where I've gotten it to. You'll see it kind of mushrooms out the edges there. But let me assure you, if you're going to tackle this on your own, I don't know if there's any easier way, but man, my fingers got to work out just trying to get it into this point. So my next task will be to get the bead in under here, and once that's done, then I can put some sealant in and pump up the tyre. Now, because of how the insert sticks out, mushrooms out, just this is a little bit more different than just putting on a regular tyre with no insert. It doesn't go on as easily, so I'm kind of working my way around the rim and just tucking in the bead, and I haven't even come to the tight part yet. It's just a matter of working your way around. I'm kind of hoping this all works out, like that this was a good decision, because there's a lot of work and effort required, I'm seeing, to put in an insert. Is it worth it? Time will tell, I guess. But yeah, I'm just tucking it in behind the rim, just trying to get that second bead in. But it's fighting against the insert that's right there, as you can understand. All right, so finally got the tyre, the second bead all the way around. And I won't lie, whenever I'm doing this, I do find it extremely tough. I had to get help from a second set of hands. Yeah, I really sometimes struggle getting it on, and I need to have these larger tyre levers just to get the bead going around. But it's not just that, it's because this new Armour tubeless insert, it really makes it also an extra challenge just to get it inside. So anyway, it's all on now. I'm going to be putting in some sealant in there, pumping it up, and then taking it for a test ride. All right, so let's get this tyre pumped up to the correct pressure. Here we go. Excellent. Just getting that sealant all around. All right, let's get this axle back on. Okay, cool. Put the chain back on. All right, then I'll test it out. For now, I'm going to go for a ride. I'm going to do the front tyre at a later date, but this will give me an idea, just going for a ride and see how the rear tyre feels. All right. Brand new tyres, woohoo! All right, I've just finished my ride and just brought the bike back home. And what can I say? The feel of the tyre with the Tannus Armour insert and just putting on a brand new tyre as well, it definitely has a different feel to it. I can feel a little bit more weight in it, but on the same token, it actually feels quite comfortable. Just a slight difference that I have to get used to, but it actually feels really, I don't know, really good. I don't mind it in there, and just knowing that if I was to have a puncture, even though I got a tubeless setup, that I could still keep riding back to my vehicle, you know, in the event of an emergency. So that was pretty cool just to test out, and I actually do like the inserts. Just show you one more thing here. Something this says, I had to have a laugh at, okay? So first of all, it does say there that worst case scenario, thick enough to ride out in case of a flat. Yeah, that's cool. It says it's lighter than most tubes, offers indistinguishable weight difference. So it says this is 150 grams, so you shouldn't really notice anything. I noticed a slight difference, but nothing that was affecting the ride. In fact, I still enjoyed my ride. But this, I have to say, is funny. On the go installation. Simple installation, reduces the need for a compressor. Okay. Install at home or one on the trail. My point is, There is no way in God's earth that you will be installing one of these inserts upon the trail. Man, I found this really challenging to insert. It was tough. It was tough getting this in. This is not something that goes in easily. That's just my experience. First time putting it in, it was tough. I'm happy it's in there now, but this is not install on the trail. That's a blatant lie. Don't care what anyone says. Otherwise, I'm still happy that I put it in. Thank you for watching. Give the video a thumbs up, and I'll catch you on the next one.